Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, Miss Mel. Thank you for joining me. Let's see, we
I'm
have Miss
keeping him.
Nancy, too old to care, Zoila, and Angela, and Denise. Welcome in, ladies. Thank you for being here tonight.
Hello.
I'm just going to do a little spin-in tonight and catch up with you guys. I guess talk about our week's plans for, we got anything going on for the holiday week. I know I'll be doing a lot of cooking and a lot of baking, but that's the best part of the holiday, if you ask me.
Eating.
The eating part is but I
I.
like to make the food that everyone's eating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hello,
Hi,
Miss
Mandy.
Mandy. This spin here is I'm doing up for a girlfriend of mine. She doesn't know it's coming to her. Seen it and I go,
That's your
oh
favorite
yeah.
kind. That's your favorite kind.
Hello,
Does
Miss
anybody hear
Deborah.
an echo, or is it just me?
Yeah, I don't hear an echo. You sound a little bit muffled, but
Well,
no
I'm
echo.
talking low now. I'm talking low now. Hi,
Welcome
Brit.
in, Brenda and Sally. Yeah. Sally says there's an echo. Deborah says there's an echo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yep.
understand what's going on because we do this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an echo when I speak or just when Mel talks?
Yep.
I don't
Only me.
Hello, Miss Tammy. Welcome in.
And I tried to fix it, and I went out and came back in, and no idea.
we'll we'll have a picture show on Mel's end. We'll do Pictionary Mel tonight. Well, at least you take it in good spirits, Mel. Just keep smiling. Just keep smiling.
I'm exhausted though.
Yeah.
If you can hear me at this low volume, but I'm on a new med and it makes me exhausted. Oh God, the echo even grinds me down here. Hi everyone.
Do you have a different device you could try coming in on?
Let me try my tablet. I'll be back.
Okay. Hello, Miss Cindy Lou. Welcome in. It's so strange when it decides to echo. Especially it makes sense like if it was on my end because I have two devices going. But on her end it's just the phone, so it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the headsets actually shouldn't there shouldn't be a difference between headsets and no headsets as long as they have their sound set up right. But I've seen that as well. So you guys are any of you hosting, or are you guys going away for Thanksgiving? Or are you just staying home and pretending like it's just another day? Or we have my sister and the kids are coming, and of course her husband as well. So I'm going to be cooking all the things. We're doing a ham and a turkey, even though we really don't need a ham and a turkey. But the king and I are both of the mind that ham is always better. Um, so, we always want to make a ham, but we get the turkey from his job, so we might as well cook it up. I'm also making apple pie and pumpkin pie and a brownie cheesecake thing that the king wants. I'll probably make some Rice Krispie treats for the youngins to have to munch on, running around the house. And of course, we gotta have a potato salad and the stuffing, and all the, mashed potatoes and all that kind of fun stuff. Mandy's hosting. Oh, look at that. Lynn, she gets to take the day off. The daughter says, "Don't you bring nothing." That's pretty much what I told my sister. I told her, I said, bring some lentils. She does those up really well. And the king and I both really enjoy them. But other than that, all they're bringing is them, or all I've told them to bring is themselves. Oh, that sounds nice, Miss Sally, over at the son's girlfriend's house. Ooh, you must really like her. Go over there for Thanksgiving. That's nice. Hello, Miss Dawn P. Welcome in.
Oh, I look hazy.
Oh, but you sound wonderful.
Good. Well, I had an echo again, don't I?
I don't hear an echo. I
Okay.
didn't hear an echo before, so
What the
potato
I don't
salad is
do.
for the king. I don't eat it, but he absolutely loves it. He's a weirdo and he eats his potato salad warm. He does not like it cold.
All right, it's gonna look funny, but I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna see if they'll pair with this. Let's see if they'll pair with this.
Oh, that sounds nice, Miss Deborah. We're at the brother-in-laws and daughters coming in town. It's always wonderful to see the kids. Yeah. I'm not much of anything with a lot of mayonnaise in it. So yeah, I don't eat potato salad, but also got to make some deviled eggs. I will eat some of those, although my stomach will get very, very upset with me for doing so. Ever since I had my gallbladder taken out, my body doesn't like eggs anymore. But got to have some every once in
I have to get them to pair with this. They
a
want to
while. Hello,
go
Mama
with
G,
me.
welcome in, and Bobby, welcome in. I finished.
Hey, Bridget, say something.
Is
Oh, gosh. I'm just trying to get the headphones to pair.
okay. Yeah, I really like deviled eggs. Oh, have fun cleaning, Mama G. I've been doing tons of that. Watching hoarders. Yeah, watching hoarders will definitely motivate you to look around and make sure your place doesn't look like that. There's a few people around me that should definitely watch that show. Oh, goodness gracious. They need about 10 yard barns. They got so much stuff laying out in the yard. Hello, Miss Marie. Welcome in. And Lynn. And hello, Terry. Welcome in. Yeah, you're looking at hoarders, and then you look around, you feel a lot better about. Ooh, okay, I'm not that bad. But my niece, when she was here this summer, she picked out a hank of my hand spun yarn, and she said, "Tia, will you make me a unicorn?" And every time I've seen her, or she has talked to me on the phone since, she has asked me about her unicorn. Well, I figured her birthday is coming up and Christmas is just around the corner. So I better hop to it and get her unicorn made. So we did just that. We made her unicorn with hand spun, hand dyed yarn. But she's totally worth it, and she's 120% crochet worthy. But of course, that wasn't all the yarn. So I made her a headband to match her unicorn. So now she can keep her little ears warm with a nice, wool headband, and it will match her little unicorn.
How do I sound?
What was that, Mel?
Can you hear me?
Now you're really, really muffled.
Really, I can speak up. I can fix muffled.
Yeah, I couldn't hear any of that.
Oh, crap. So now my mic's not working.
Yeah, you sound like you're underwater real, real far away.
Oh, come on. I don't think these have a mic in them. It's the
Oh,
problem.
awesome, Mama G. Rusty learned how to felt wool on Saturday.
So I'm, you know what? Okay. Do we want echo or muffled?
Yeah, I can't hear you at all this way.
Do you want echo or muffled?
Well, the echo is actually better because at least then I can hear you.
I'm waiting for that to turn off.
Ah, there you go.
Echo. You know what I need to use? Those ones I won from the gaming headphones that have the microphone in them. Because those don't have a mic in them.
Yeah, because I couldn't hear you at all.
What is going on though? I don't normally have an echo. What did StreamYard do?
I don't know. It's been bad. Granny D's been fighting with it. Other channels have been fighting with it. It's been really bad. I don't know if it's a StreamYard thing, if it's a StreamYard YouTube thing. I don't.
Thank you, Deborah and Terry. I'm sorry, Nessa. I'm fighting with fatigue too. Hug Cindy, honey. Yeah. Oh, let me show you what I just got. Yeah. Well, my voice is just so melodious, Terry, that it needs to be duplicated. You know, like the voice of angels, right? La 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 la. I got, since I will start spinning. Oh, Bridget, you got it.
All right, Miss
Um,
Lynn.
bye, Lynn. Um, let's see who got it. Karen JSP. Well, I shouldn't say it. You say it.
Let's see.
I know, Lydia. I know. Only on me, though.
Well, it's not okay. Let's see. It's Moonlight Tracy. Uh,
It's Karen JSP, Tracy Huber, Amelia
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez,
I wasn't sure how to say the first
uh,
name.
Amelia Rodriguez, Jennifer Anastasia, and Mama Knows Best Gwen.
Well, congratulations, everybody, and welcome aboard. I still owe another members only video. Hopefully, I will get that made up tonight. And for the new members or anyone that didn't see it, there is a members only giveaway going on. So you might want to pop on over there and leave the appropriate comment on that one. Don't want to miss out.
But I got myself one of these. Where's the camera?
A blending
So that
board.
and I got some brushes to go with it, so that when I get my tea spinner, I can play with making my own fun fibers. Not that I'm going to be real good at it automatically or anything. Oh,
I don't think
Nessa.
that'll take me very long.
Yeah, I slept today too. I took the new medication out of my meds. I wasn't even sure I could drive to town to get meds today because it's a half hour one way, and then a half hour back, and then going to the store. I was like, I don't even think I'm safe to drive because we have deer jumping out, and oh, that's great, Sally.
That is awesome, Sally. And I just want to send out love and light to anybody that is needing it, especially this time of year. I know the seasonal blahs be hitting a lot of people. I used to suffer from them, so I do understand completely. But also to Miss Madonna, who's going through some serious health concerns right now.
Oh,
Granny D did disclose what that is, but because it is not my issue, I don't feel comfortable spreading on what she is going through. If you are interested in what Madonna Ballard is going through, please do either reach out to her or watch Granny D's replay from this afternoon, and she does tell you what's going on. If you don't know Madonna, she is an amazing lady with gumption enough for 20 and with a great big giant heart. And she was literally my very first subscriber. So she will always, always have a special place in my heart for that. Um, but Miss Banana, if you do see this, I love you very much, and I'm sending all the love and light your way that I can possibly muster. I hope that healing finds you very soon. She's an amazing lady.
I am bound to like Madonna. I never got to really watch her, but one, she loves green, so bound to love her already. And I did watch at least one of her videos, and I just love the way she was,
Yes.
her attitude and everything.
Very
So,
strong, very
um,
beautiful
and
inside.
Nessa, yes, that is what they put me on was gabapentin, but it's 3 times a day, and I'm just. It took me 2 hours to wake up this morning, and I felt drugged the whole time. And then I just have that sleepy, dry feeling behind my eyes all day. So, yeah.
Yeah, I used to be on the gabapentin, but unfortunately, it aggravates the congested heart failure and the swelling condition. So I can't take any of the medicine for the fibro. I can't take medicine for that or the neuropathy.
Hmm. Yeah, but it's a capsule, so I can't cut it in half. And then, so I'm just gonna. I already set up an appointment with my doctor to talk about alternatives or.
How long have you been on it, honey?
Since right after I got home after my dad died, so maybe the 9th or the 10th, so 2 weeks, three
Still, you
times a
probably
day.
shouldn't cut it off cold turkey. Gabapentin's one that you need to step down off of.
Yeah. Okay, I won't cut it off cold turkey. Um, I'll call into the doctor's office tomorrow. It's just my dad here wants me to be able to run errands, and I don't feel safe driving the car.
Right.
And I couldn't get an appointment until the 3rd. Yeah. She
Yeah,
said
I'm
it was a
sure.
low dose.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those meds that can really mess with you if you just cut it off cold turkey.
Yeah.
Get some
I
side
figured
effects.
because it's also an anxiety med, and but I know I was on it once before for my bipolar, but I don't remember why I stopped it. It was so long ago. It was 20 years ago. They had me on so many then. I'm a mod too, Lydia. I'm just not in the chat, but I can be in the chat if I need to be.
Yeah, my chat, both of our chat actually. Uh, I don't think we've ever had any bookie people in
Not too bad now.
that I can remember.
Mm-mm.
A little sand spur in that one. We were out in the yard today, getting up some more limbs out of the tree that busted in half. It actually
Mm.
felt pretty decent now. We had flames going up higher than the shed. But dry leaves, dry pine needles, they go. Oh, I mean, we have a bricked in area. It's we do it safe, so you know. I mean, it's out in the middle of the yard, so it ain't by no, no trees or no buildings that can get caught up. So. I find that so weird that they're now giving animals people medicine.
My dog's on trazodone and Xanax.
I'm not.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, honey.
Now I'm doubly interrupting you with the echo. Is your sister still there, Zoila?
I finished my show.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I love how this one turned out. I was thinking about pinning it up on the wall, but then I was like, well, then I'd have to move something, and I don't want to demote anybody to put another one up there.
No, you should wear that one.
I have so many of them.
You're saying I should send you some of the ones I make?
No goodness. I have one from Jack's. Someone else made me one too.
You know, I bet that would go for a bit in Mama G's auction.
Yeah,
And
I thought about
she
that.
can help out with shipping if you need it when it comes
I
to
thought
it.
about that, but since it's what I did it up to have a display, have something to show that
Oh, okay. Yeah.
my hand dyed yarn looks good in crochet.
Mm-hmm.
I got to keep it
Oh,
around
yeah,
so I
that's
can keep showing
understandable.
people.
That's understandable. Hi, Stella's mom.
And
Yes, I know there's an echo.
the king and I sat down tonight, and I was telling him how I want the table for that he's going to build me for the centro. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully either this week off or for his Christmas vacation, he'll have time to get that built for me. He said we got to go and get some 2x4s. So okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't hard to do. I sat the very first night and I made a hat and a infinity scarf.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out that at least this machine does not like the Red Heart Super Saver with flex.
Mm.
It dropped countless stitches with the fleck yarn. But as soon as I went back to just regular Red Heart, didn't drop a single stitch.
I wonder if it was the fabric of the flex.
I think so. It made it just that much thicker.
Yeah.
But it was, it wasn't too bad. I messed it up the first couple times I tried to cast on because the
Mm-hmm.
instructions are not very clear at all. A little bit, the flex stick out a little bit. It's not. It's this here. Let's see. It's too dark right here. There we go.
Oh, there you.
So I mean, they're not big flecks, but yeah, like
Thank you, Stella's mom.
oh, where'd it go? It just kept dropping them over and over again. So it wasn't looking right. So I pulled them back out and I was like, well, I'll crochet a hat with that one.
Jenny, you may have accidentally ordered 2 centros.
I told the king tonight that I would also like to get an Addy
Mm-hmm.
so I can, see the difference between the two of them and um,
Decide what you like better.
right. That and I really want to get this stash busted out of here. I've got
Mm-hmm.
another 20 cubicles that I would like gone. And I think if I had a couple machines,
Mm-hmm.
I could easily get at least half of that gone in the next year. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to do that. Because even if I, like if I sat and, watched some movies with the king, and if I had two of them, I could cast on and then hand it to him and he can crank out a hat. And then I can cast on the other machine and crank out a hat or whatever while we're watching the
You're going to
movie.
turn him into Mark.
Yeah.
And then he's
When
going to
he's
be
not
getting all fancy with it and using like merino and
right.
picking a favorite color and getting known around the YouTube streets for his hats or whatever. And
Right. Give him something to do when he's not working his 12-hour shifts or going to school.
you're going to look over, he'll be asleep over the machine.
Right. Yeah, he's gonna start school after the beginning of the year. It's about a 2-year program, I think. I told him, I said, you got to do the work. I'll do everything I can to support you, but if you think you're up for it, let's do it.
See, Zoila, I was seeing him asleep over the machine and her reaching over with like a fly swatter, poking him. Get back to work. Get back to work. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I hate those
he's
hats.
gonna go back to school to become, and his company is known as a ST, a service tech. Uh, Back when I was in the factory, it was called a maintenance person. You know, machine maintenance. So he's gonna go to school to do that kind of stuff, which is a little bit of a bump in, well, a good little bit of a bump in the pay scale, and he wouldn't have to do all the machine operator stuff anymore, and teach everybody at the factory how to run the machines. So yeah, so for Yule this year, he is getting a laptop to go back to school with.
Ooh. Well, Nessa, you can get those attachments so you can just the drill, like the won't things. I got the attachment because my sister wants to help out, and she can't crank a lot, and so my dad up the wall. I was
I
like,
do
okay.
believe, I don't know how well it works, but Addie also, I've seen it on Amazon. Addie has one that does the an attachment that you can buy and put onto your Addie machine that will do the cranking.
Yeah, because uh Bagger Day, she her husband does that, and they actually did a video of him doing it, and just and it was a minute 30 they had a hack up.
Yeah, it will mess up your machine. Like if you put like your husband's drill on there and you push the trigger in and, let that sucker go, that will definitely mess up your machine. But if you get a cordless screwdriver and use that, and as long as you stop when you hear that the machine, if the machine starts catching or the
Mhm.
gears start grinding, as long as you stop when you hear that instead of making the machine push on, your gears should be fine. It
Right.
will, over the long haul, shorten the lifespan of your machine. Say, instead of, now I'm just throwing numbers out there, these are not actual
Mhm.
numbers. Instead of your machine, say, lasting 10 years of hand cranking, it might last 8 years of drill cranking.
Right,
But
right.
in that time, you'll make way more hats with the drill or the cordless screwdriver than you can manually cranking it with your arm, because you're not going to be able to keep up the steady speed as the cordless screwdriver can.
Right. I would totally do the cordless screwdriver, not the
Yeah.
power drill, or like Nessa says, the hammer drill.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. The King's got has one of those in impact drill. He's also got, we got the great big air tank out there and everything.
Mhm.
The tea's getting cold. I got 3 little bits of fiber left to go, and then I can chain fly this and send it on.
Oh, whoever it is will be surprised and happy.
Yeah, I hope so. I was gonna give her. I made a yarn a few years ago, and it was when I was first trying my hand at long plot or long draw spinning, which is not something I am good at, nor do I like to do. But I was trying, because I figured, you got to give everything a shot, because you can't just say this is the way. Well, you can't, but you shouldn't just try one thing and go, okay, this is how I'm doing it from now on forever. You should try all the ways and figure out what you like and what works best for you. But I was trying it, and well, to be nice, I made art yarn, really abstract art yarn. um, and she's like, "Oh my god, it's so beautiful! I love it!" And like, I was gonna send it to her, but then the more I looked at it, I was like, it really ought to go in the trash. But that would probably be too high of an honor, because it is really, really abstract art yarn. So I didn't send it to her, and then I was like, well, I'll come up. I know her colors. I'll dye it up and I'll make it. Well, then I got making for this person, that person, this other person, doing all the other things. And a couple years went by, and then I went, oh, fudge sickles. I never made her a yarn. So I looked up on the shelf, and I'm like, you know what? That one right there is absolutely perfect for her. So I grabbed it up and started spinning. Yeah, I know, but it's like it is so overspun in over 90% of the yarn. Like it's bad. Hello, Dragon Cat. Welcome in.
Hi,
Well, thank
hon.
you for the thumb and the hello. I hope you have a wonderful night, Dragon Cat. Yeah, I imagine the machines do get rather full of uh, fiber and whatnot, and they need to be cleaned up every now and again.
Why did? Huh. My screen started to go to sleep.
It said you need to touch me.
Yeah, but this thing doesn't go to sleep when I've got a pattern on it, like just sitting there. And it's like streaming. And I just, no.
Right, Miss Deborah. I 110% agree that cleaning stuff is way too much work.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it has to be done.
I'm sorry, that's a 4-letter word to me.
I've been doing quite a bit of that here lately. Just trying to make sure, the house looks nice for when everyone comes. Got my spare bedroom all cleaned up and straightened around. I sold our Christmas tree, so that's no longer taking up a bunch of space.
Hey, if you don't use it, don't keep it.
Right. Well, I mean, it wasn't a bad tree, but it was so tall that it literally could only go in our sunroom. And I
Oh.
have no curtains on my windows in the sunroom because that's where my plants are and I want them to get as much sun as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And the king and I are both of the mind that it is not a good idea to have your tree and presents in a open window where people can see in and whatnot. It just lets people know what you have. So we're not
Mm.
comfortable putting the tree in the sunroom. And I absolutely will not put it up if I can't put my angel that we picked out together on top. So um, we sold it.
Hey, no. Yeah.
You know.
You want something that fits your house.
Yeah.
Hi, Melanie J. and Ellen and Mimi Tammy.
I hope you start feeling better, Miss Tammy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nessa.
we were out doing some cutting today, I reminded the king he's got to hurry up and get my broom handle made for me. I got some bristles in now. I ordered some colored bristles
Ooh,
so that I can make a really nice ceremonial broom.
to jump.
It was called pink and the one set I got was pink. The other set was gray. The gray is really dark, closer to a black, but I think it'll look really nice with the pink.
Sounds lovely.
All right, Mama G, and don't clean too much, honey. There's always another day.
Yes. Don't injure yourself.
I know I get into a job and I'll go into a room and it looks halfway decent, but it just needs that stuff that you don't do on a daily basis. So I end up
Mm-hmm.
making the entire room look like a tornado went through it, and then I clean it back up, and we're good for a while.
Well, I make it look like a tornado went through it, and then I'm too tired to clean it up.
I do that in here, but the rest of the house I try not to because.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Karen. Welcome in.
Hi, Karen.
But yeah, it's about this time of year I start doing my cleaning for in bulk so that I don't have to do like absolutely everything during in bulk. I or at least scrub tough. I can just wipe over things and get everything done up. So I started doing that now. So now I'm doing, baseboards and scrubbing walls and scrubbing the counters down or the covered faces down and sweeping the ceiling and all that
We
fun stuff.
used to do that stuff. Now we have cobwebs everywhere, and we look like a haunted house. And we're like, oh, there are lots of things on the walls, and oh, okay, that can stay. It's like I should wipe that down, and then you see it 3 weeks later, and you go, oh, I should wipe that down. Forget about it. And yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
Karen says she's looking while she's cleaning the knitting machine needles. Welcome in,
Mhm.
Miss Suzanne. And oh yes, since Zoila put the reminder about my website, there is a sale on yarn right now. If you buy both hanks in the set, it is $45 rather than $50. And if you live inside the USA with hashtag winter fun, if you spend over $35, it is free shipping. Outside the USA, over $75, and it's hashtag winter fun 75.
I
We
think it's
also
just
have,
winter 75.
huh?
I thought it was just winter 75 for the outside
No,
hashtag.
it's winter fun. Winter fun
Oh,
75
okay.
and winter fun.
Okay.
Also, just a little reminder about it. If you do happen to purchase between now and the end of the month, coming up here very soon, there is a giveaway going on from that as well. And the only thing you have to do to be in that is have something shipped to you from me before the end of the month. My favorite.
Well, I know someone who will get into that giveaway. I won't. It won't. Not me. Not me, people. But
And here in just a day or two,
oh
the
my God, Nessa,
25th,
you and I are like twinsies right now. Oh my God. Like my hands
whenever
look
you're
like
ready,
they're
Miss
going off,
Deborah.
but they're the only part of me. And my brain feels so slow. Oh
I've been that
gosh.
way quite a bit lately. I've been sleeping a lot more than I normally do.
But
Getting like 6 hours of sleep. It's crazy.
But the thing is, I sleep through the night, which I have never in my life slept through the night. Never in my life. My brain has always woke me up. I have vivid dreams, so I'm always like in a light sleep. You know, I wake up and I'm sleeping through the night, solid sleep, and then I'm taking naps. I'm just so tired. I have to nap in the day. But I'm like, uh, zombie. I can't focus, can't stay away, and just need to lay down. But I'm starting 1,010 projects. It's like I
Mm.
have 1,000 started, but then I have to, oh, that's a pretty hat on the ball band of that yarn. I'm just going to start that hat with that yarn. Why not? No, don't do it, Mel. But Mel does it. hmm But then the thing is, because my brain is, doing the grieving thing, some nights I'll wake up at 4 a.m. and be up until the sun comes up
Mm.
and then just up the rest of the day. Or I'll wake up at 2 a.m. and be up till 4 a.m. and then pass out again. hmm
Yeah, I think, it this time of year we do not get enough vitamin D3 absorption through our skin because one, we're not outside as much, and two, the sun is not out as long. So a lot of the feeling very sleepy and tired and fatigued can be a vitamin D deficiency or D3 deficiency. I'm not a doctor, blah, blah, check with your doctor, all that stuff. I know for myself personally, if I take my vitamin D3 like I need to, it really does help. And I also take vitamin B to help me with my energy and whatnot. And it does help a lot.
I
And
do
it
have
definitely could be chemicals in the food because, oh my God, there's a lot of chemicals in our food.
I do take a vitamin D all year round because I have a deficiency. Maybe during this time I need to boost what I take anyway.
It
I
could
don't
be.
know. Oh.
Typically I only sleep about 4 hours a day. Lately, last couple weeks, it's been a good 6 hours.
So, Zoila, maybe it's because you're always doing something and a caregiver that you can fall asleep anywhere. I can actually fall asleep anywhere if I'm tired. I'm like a kid in a car on an uncomfortable surface at a weird angle. I'm like a dog or a kid or animal. hmm But oh, that's why Zoila stops commenting. And then she's like, oh, yeah, mom called. No, she really just fell asleep during the live. Yeah, mom needed something. No, no, really, Zoila just fell asleep. We know now. Hmm.
I mean, she
Yeah.
works so hard. She deserves a nap, you know.
Yes, she does. Yeah, she deserves all the naps. Zoila, I think I have your address, but I may need it. Not saying why, but I don't think you're dumb either. So if you could email me your address, please. And maybe a little information about what your mom likes, what your son likes, what you like. Because I am never going to get an email sent to you with the way my brain is working. So I'm just telling you right now what I need in an email. Thank you.
All right, Nessa. Take your time, sweetheart.
And what I'm working on tonight, I started this blanket when I was down visiting my dad. I thought I would make him a blanket. And this is, what is it? Is it Bonnie Bay Crochet, who is the creator spotlight this month? But she does these Celtic weaves and that kind of thing. And this was a blanket she said you could finish in a weekend. And I was going to be down there for the weekend. Hello, Queen Nadira. How are you? Yes, I know there's a echo we're dealing with.
You're
As Mama
welcome,
G
my
says,
queen.
deal with it in the most loving way. But so it's blanket yarn, and I got the mystical blanket yarn, and so the middle's a Celtic weave, and then the sides are a V stitch, and that's why it can be done in a weekend. And I'm just going between the two colors.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that weave.
Yeah, it's coming out real nice. And I'm just doing however many rows a ball will do, and then changing color. And it's so soft. So since he did pass, I told my sister she could have it as a memorial blanket. And she's quite excited about that. And
Yeah.
so, but we're still calling it his blanket. So it's soft and warm too. And she doesn't. She's doesn't have that much money, so she doesn't turn the heat on in her house, in her
Yeah.
apartment. So she's like, "Oh, it's going to be so warm." Like, turn the heat on. But yeah,
That's why we burn wood in our house. Ain't
we
paying that high bill. Mm-mm.
we had two fires in the fireplace this weekend. Oh, my sister, my poor younger sister. I was talking about my older sister just now, but my younger sister, her face was all red, and she's like, "It's so hot," and I'm like, "I'm just getting warm." And I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, I know you run cold. It's okay because she is hot when it's like 63 degrees.
Oh,
She's got,
she's
you know, her face is already blotchy and she's wearing a tank top and it's 52 out and she just overheats and blotches up and
her and
I'm
Judy
like,
get along quite
three
well.
sweatshirt. Oh God, yes, her and Jude. But I'm in two sweatshirts and a blanket around me and a dog on my lap. So,
I'm not sure what my neighbors just fired up, but man, it sounds ornery.
Yeah, my poor
Oh, they took the
Ruby,
muffler off or something.
the turkey hunters have been up since it's the week before. They come right up to get a fresh turkey. And I'm like, come on, my land turkeys, be safe. Hi, Liz. How are you, Liz?
Hello, Liz. Welcome in, sweetheart.
I am glowing. I think I spilt something on my tablet this morning. I don't think I cleaned it off correctly because there's a glow on me. I'll have to clean it off so my camera. Why are you saying run for your lives?
Well,
This is
that
a lie.
machine that the neighbors just fired up sounds horrible. Sounds like it's going to blow up.
Yeah, that's how I feel every time that guy shoots his cannon. And I really mean his cannon. I'm not being facetious or metaphorical. Oh,
I hope
oh
they're
yeah.
having fun with that, Liz.
God, I miss having kiddos around and doing the tree and the decorations. They get so excited.
I finally put out my Thanksgiving, I guess, decorations. I made a cornucopia following Bod's pattern a few years ago. Um, I think it actually was a hat, but I made it into a cornucopia. I don't remember. But then I made some pumpkins and apples to put in it.
Oh, nice.
And I got a little bit of Christmas out because we've already put out the King's Nutcrackers, and we went and bought him a couple new ones already for this year. He gets a new Nutcracker at least one, if not a couple, every single year.
Soon it'll just be nutcrackers you're putting out at Yule time, winter time, and your
Pretty
whole
much,
house will
yeah.
just be like wall to wall.
I do some lights, I do some garland, and then the Nutcrackers. That's about all I put out. I do have now one thing that will go out every year for Yule, but I can't talk about that yet because you guys will be seeing it on the 21st of next month.
Oh, you have the flag I sent you. Do you do garden flags?
Um, Actually, that flag I just have hanging up in my room here. I
Oh,
keep it
well,
up all year round.
I'm glad.
I
I'm
don't
glad
have
you
any
like it.
garden flag stands out yet, but that's because I haven't put out all of the flower gardens yet that I'm planning
Hmm.
on. Once I have them out there, then I'll start putting more permanent decorations out.
Hmm.
Because I still got to build my border that goes all the way around the house, and I've got it going about halfway around this end.
Zoila, you mentioned that before. I would love to see a little video of how you decorate. I mean, not of the children because, children are, you know, their parents' thing, but, of how you decorate the hallway where you live and everything. That would be just wonderful. I
Hmm.
imagine the squeals of happiness and delight. I got to hear happy squeals today because I called my sister and my 14-year-old niece was messing around with a friend of hers at school. and it was just like they were little kids again. They were throwing leaves at each other. But all then I heard my sister going, "No, not her hair. She just washed her hair," because my niece is half African American, and so he threw dried leaves in her hair, and it would, and then he was going to crush them in her hair. And my sister was like, "That is going to be no. It's going to be heck to just get them out, and then
Right.
oh no." But then he picked them all out. But then he was flattening it, and then he was, and my sister is a hairdresser, and she was just like, "Oh, the mess, and oh, the thing." And I'm like, "They're kids. Let them be kids and stuff." Because from the age of 1, she would make her sit for an hour while she did her hair. A
Right.
1-year-old baby. And I'm like, "Oh, heck no." When she came to my house, the most she got was she'd get the detangler in her hair, and then I'd comb through it for at most 20 minutes. But I'd sing to her while I did it, and she'd go, "Mimi, sing some more." I am not a great singer, but, humming and singing and rubbing her back, and it was just bonding time instead of sit still while I tightly braid or tightly do whatever, for 1.5 or 2 up to, I don't know, whatever age she said, "No, mom, stop."
I quite a few times put well over 200 braids in my daughter's
Oh,
hair. We
yeah.
would sit for hours and hours and just braid. And I'd leave them in for like 4 or 5 days, and then we'd take them out, and they'd do poof, because she had naturally curly hair, crimpy hair, anyways. So you put that braids in. Oh, her hair looks so pretty afterwards. She hated sitting for it, but we would watch movies and read books while we were braiding. So
I would do that to my own hair when my arms, and then I'd sit and my arms would get tired, and then I'd do some more, the tiny little braids, and then I'd do the tiny little buns with the bobby pins, and I'd sleep on that for 3 days. And then you'd take it out and you'd have the Medusa curls, you know. And, but I mean, I couldn't step in and, "Don't do that to your baby." No, it was her
right.
baby. And then when I had her, she was my baby. Well, she was my buggy. Hi, Katie. And Katie, stop with your obsession about her feet.
I say, here you go, Katie, just for you.
They're little pink feet today. She
But
was, she is my buggy. They were up last weekend. Was it last weekend? I think, yeah. We had a mini Thanksgiving. And her mom said something about, um, she doesn't let me touch her hair, and she says, "You don't touch a black girl's hair." And Haley said, "Well," without asking. And I said, "Buggy, can I touch your hair?" She said, "Yes, you can, Mimi." So I just ruffled her hair and, played with it a little. And her mom went, "Oh, what? What is she letting you do? What?" and then we had a really long hug, like a minute and a half, and we were just hugging. And she's like, "Wait a minute, she doesn't let me do that." And she's like, "Well, it's Mimi."
Right.
And then
There's a
she walked
difference
out of
between
the room,
Mimi
and
and
she's like,
mom.
"I am so jealous right now." But I've been down to their house, and they giggle and play around, and they're so close, and I miss that. So, oh no, you had to factory reset it? Did you lose your video, Liz? I know, I miss it because I helped raise her since she was a baby, and we were so close, but now, but I realize she still thinks of me the same way, even though we live 4 hours apart and barely see each other. She still loves me, you know.
So
Oh, Liz,
sorry,
I'm
Liz.
so sorry. Oh, honey. Dang thing
Yeah,
wants to turn off.
Liz, I knew our oldest two were close in age, but I did not realize that they were literally only a year apart. My oldest one turned 26 this summer. Grow up too fast.
I do, Zoila. And I just got to reconnect with some of the older ones. Because my sister actually has five, and I hadn't seen the older three in over 5 years. And I got to see the oldest one and the third one. I haven't seen the second one yet. Um, but it was really beautiful seeing them, and we got to talk. So
Yeah, my oldest was born in 98.
my oldest, which would be my oldest niece, was born in '96. So they're actually they're all pretty close.
Yeah. I was 15 when I found out I was having him, and 16 when I had him.
My sister was 7. Wait a minute. No, she's old. She's much older than you. Yeah.
I'm going to be
She's
43 in a little over a month.
okay. Yeah. So that's pretty right because there was a couple years ahead, and she's older. So she was 17 when she was pregnant, and I think she was 18 when she had her. So, oh, that's wonderful, Marie. Wow, you guys were all babies when you had your babies.
Yeah. You know, the way that my life turned out with as young as I was when the first heart attack took me, if I wouldn't have had them young, I never would have had them,
Then it was meant to be.
you know, because I was 24 years old when I died for the first time, and a month after that, they diagnosed me with cancer. So if I wouldn't have had them when I was a baby, I wouldn't have been able to have them.
Yeah, because they would have
And
taken oh,
the middle one, because there was 5 miscarriages between the first one and the second one.
oh,
Yeah, I had a really hard time.
oh, oh,
And
I'm
that's
sorry,
actually what
honey.
ended up breaking up my first marriage was the loss of the baby. But I was actually going in to have make sure that I wasn't gonna,
Mhm.
I was gonna have my tubes tied so that that wouldn't happen again. I was afraid of miscarriaging again. And of course, I had a pre-surgical test, pregnancy test to make sure. And doctor comes back in and says, "Well, honey, you're not having your surgery tomorrow." I say, "What? You're pregnant?"
Yep, I remember you telling me this story.
And right after I had him, I turned around and got pregnant with my daughter, and just crazy.
Irish twins.
Yes, yes. Oh, because she was in such a hurry.
Mm.
She got here
She
3 weeks
wanted to steal
early,
his birthday
so
from me. Oh, that is so sweet, Mandira.
yes, these lovely memories. I think my best memories with Grandma was she would, after we got a little bit older, she didn't crochet as much. I think Grandpa would only let her get yarn if there was something that needed to be made, like someone was getting married, someone was having a baby. She
What?
wasn't given money just to have yarn to make things to sit around. But she also, and as long as well with crocheting, she did plastic canvas. She was really good
Mhm.
at it. She could make any picture she wanted in that canvas. And she would sit in her chair at night watching whatever show, a lot of times the news, and we would sit up on, like, kind of on her lap, kind of on the arm of her chair. And my grandma was well endowed as well. And we would lay our head on her pillows, and she would tell us stories as she did her uh,
Mhm.
plastic canvas or whatever, and we would fall asleep. That is the best memories I have with my grandma. Is laying up there, seeing her do all that, and falling asleep on her pillows.
Hi, Brandon. That's a lovely memory.
She was an
I
amazing
have
woman.
a stocking my grandma made for me. She had a knitting machine, like one of those big ones as big as a piano keyboard.
Hmm.
Um, she didn't hand knit or hand crochet or anything, but she had the machine, and I have a stocking with my name on it and the picture, the color work pictures that I've had since I was one.
That is
Um,
awesome.
but it's in my mother's storage unit, so I don't know if I'll see it again.
I hope you do.
So, I mean, but my older sister is probably going to get that storage unit if my mother passes. So she said, she'll let us go through it with her, of course. But
I have a great big plastic tote full of blankets my grandma made. I can't use them. I take them out once or twice a year. I go through them, I look at them all, I wash them, and I put them back away.
why don't you use? Is it because of the dogs? You're worried about
I'm
them?
just afraid that something might happen to them and she's not here anymore. And I want them to be absolutely perfect so that when my children are old enough and truly understand the value of what they are, I can then give, because they were made for them. It
Oh,
was
okay.
blankets that was made for them. I mean, most of them are for them. A couple were made for me, but most of them were made for them. So I want them to get to an age where they can truly appreciate that and they're steady in life, not, apartment hopping or roommates, surfing, stuff like that, in a place where they're settled down, they have a home, they can appreciate those things. Then I will give them the blankets that their great grandmother made them.
Why don't you use the ones that were made for you then?
Because I don't want them to get ruined. Especially since, she passed 3 years ago, and I'm just, the dogs, they'll do the digging thing, and I know they wouldn't mean to, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
they could
that's
do
what
it
I
to
was
something I
wondering if
made,
that
but
was the reason.
if it's something I made, I can repair it. If it's something she makes and it gets ruined, yes, I can repair it, but it's no longer the same. Now they are exactly as she made them.
But honey, she made them because she wanted you to love on them,
I
use
do.
them, be hugged by her. You sound like Ray with the yarn.
I
And
can't
even
help it.
you say to Ray, use the yarn.
I
I'm
know.
saying to you, your grandma wants you to be wrapped in her love. She wants your babies, which are Khaleesi and Coco, to be wrapped in her love too. Maybe you can put the blankets on the back of a chair so that they can't dig in them while they're up, and then just you can use them while you're on the couch or you know on the chair, and then you
Right.
put them up again when you're not using them.
Yeah.
Think about it. I'm not pushing you. I'm just saying
I
think
know.
about it.
I know. I just,
I was scared to put homemade stuff on my bed because Diva gets up on the bed and she has itchy eyes and face, so she digs her head and does these roly things on the bed. But if I was scared she was going to tear a pool, and she's got these dragon talons. Her nails grow super long, super fast. We can't keep up with them. Um, but if I was scared she was going to just pull a pull in a crochet every time I put something on the bed, I would never even put a comforter on the bed, you
right.
know? So I said, screw it. If the things I like are going on the bed, the things I like are going on the couch. Because she's going to wrestle herself on it, and she's going to love on it, and it's going to smell like a barnyard dog. And I'm going to wash it, and it's going to get softer, and it's going to get more loved on, and I'm going to know she loves it, and I love it, and it's going to get softer. And yeah,
Welcome in, Thrifty. Thank you for coming by. It's been a
hi,
good,
Three.
it's been a good Monday, I think. Pretty good, anyways.
It was a bit manic for me.
I got a beautiful gift in the mail today that I won't be opening until January.
Oh, it's a birthday gift.
No, she sent it to me as an Advent, but I'm already opening an Advent from Ray, and I don't want to put up double videos every day. So I thought, being that a lot of times my birthday does get overlooked, it would make me feel better to have some to open it up in January. You
Oh,
know,
well, yeah.
this way I'm guaranteed to have a present on my birthday.
I'm sending you a present for your birthday.
You don't need to do that.
Well,
You
you're
do
you're
too
already
much
getting it
already.
because I kind of got you too many things for Christmas, and if I sent them all to you for Christmas, your box might weigh like 80 pounds. Mel doesn't know how. Okay, so I was going to send Advents to my friends, I'm not going to get them to them by December 1st. Yeah, not going to happen. Not going to happen. I had a hiccup. This whole month has been a hiccup. The whole thing. My whole life. Let's, a game of Operation and everything gets thrown up in the air, or what is that game where concentration, where if you don't do it in time, all the pieces go, wee. Yeah. So, they're just getting really big boxes for Christmas. And I can't count to 25 anyway. So there was probably more than 25 items in there. And there are things for their families and fur babies, and I suck.
No, Liz, everyone's coming over here, so I'm cooking and baking and doing all the things.
My dad said he didn't want turkey for Thanksgiving, so I made the turkey last weekend when my older sister and my youngest niece came up, and we had a mini Thanksgiving, and it was delicious. By the time they left, we only had a baggie this big of turkey left, and I picked that thing clean. Well, it was a turkey breast, but I picked that thing clean, but there was like a third of a sandwich bag of turkey for my dad when it came home. He was like, "Oh my God, that was delicious." I'm like, "Yeah, you didn't want turkey." But yeah.
Was the turkey.
Oh, yay, Zoila. You don't have to cook. Is someone gonna come and spend it with you, Lydia?
And I'll bring a plate over to Daddy too. He crashed his car.
Mm-hmm. Heard about that.
Got 2 points taken off his license.
Maybe that's how they'll take it from him.
Oh no, I'll tell you about that later. There was almost a brawl in Walmart.
Ooh.
Like
with the police?
I got very upset because apparently designing, making, shipping, and running a YouTube channel and your very own business is nowhere near as important as working part-time at Walmart.
Of course not, because it's for yourself, so it's not real.
Yeah.
It's not a real thing. It probably makes more than they do, but it's not real.
Yeah, I was very belittled and demeaned for the fact that I don't really do anything.
Oh. No. Do you need me to come down there?
No, it's all right. Well, I hope
we can
they
pour
do.
the pasta.
Thrifty, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I cannot remember your name right now. I know I've heard it. I can't remember.
My brain just isn't working. I probably wouldn't remember Zoila's name. Zoila's is right there. I'm just kidding, Zoila.
I try to feed as many people as possible because I have no internal barrier that tells me, hey, you don't need to cook 300 pounds of everything when only, half a dozen people are going to be here. I tend to cook for the entire army, because I want to make all the things. You can't just make one kind of fudge. You have to make 3 or 4 kinds of fudge, and then you got to have some cookies. Well, you also need pies, but then you want some kind of like little fingery things for the kids. So you probably want some Rice Krispie treats or avalanche cookies or something like that, you know.
My sister asked me if you can make Rice Krispie treats with stale honeycomb soda or cereal, honeycomb cereal, and I'm like, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
So we've got a big box of honeycombs. I'm gonna crush them up, and I'm like, it's just butter and marshmallows melted down with cereal. So why don't we try? Why don't we try it? I mean, just replace the Rice Krispies with the honeycombs.
right. Well,
You know,
Liz, come on
so I
over.
bought
Bring the
my
kids. I got plenty.
but I couldn't. Our storage room in the other building is so packed that until we take out our Christmas decorations and bring them over here, I can't get to anything else. So I was looking for my chocolate molds, and because I'm making jelly, and I want to save some of the jellies and then over gel them, and then I want to put them in the middle of the chocolate. I'm going to experiment and try this. I've never done it, but I had some, I told you I had some credit on Temu, and what they do is with this membership, they let you have 2 free products every month. And I chose the chocolate mold, and it just came, so I don't have to go find them.
Oh no, I'm in South Carolina.
Yeah. Wait,
I'm
is
not across the
Thrifty?
pond.
Thrifty might be across the pond. That might be what she's saying. You might be in the
Wait,
UK.
you're across the pond. Do you celebrate American Thanksgiving too? No,
Yeah,
I'm in South
she might be in
Carolina.
the UK. I think Thrifty's in the UK. Have a good night, Sally.
Good night, Miss Sally.
I think Thrifty might be in the UK. But I got a chocolate mold, so I don't have to go digging. But I'm going to try to over gel. I have blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, and blackberry. Oh, you're in Indiana. Oh no, Bridget.
No,
Bridget's so.
I'm actually from Wisconsin, but I now live in South Carolina.
So she is a. What do they call that when you've been from one place to another? You're
I'm a transplant, or in South
yeah.
Carolina, I'm known as a damn Yankee. Not just a Yankee, because Yankees come here, visit, and go back home. Damn Yankees, they F and stay around. That's exactly how they say it around here. So, yep, they call me a damn Yankee.
We're known as lowlanders, even though we live on top of the mountain. We will never be Highlanders because we are not ancestral. I'm like, neither are you. You came here at some point. You were not. Yeah. You came across the ice bridge, people, or you came on a boat. You weren't here originally. Only the mastodons were, and they came across the ice bridge. Even the Native Americans came across the frickin' ice bridge. But at least they were here first. Night, Liz and Deborah. Good night to everybody who's leaving. But no, I'm like, yeah, just because you were in this area for 100 years, does not mean that you moved here 10 years ago. No, you're good. Mm, no, come on.
Sounds just like they do in the small towns. Your family ain't lived in this town for the last 6 generations. You're not from here.
Oh my God, yes.
And I moved around so much that I've lived in so many places in Wisconsin. I've also lived in Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, Germany.
Moved 5 times by the time I was 10. Lived in 5 places.
In 4th grade alone, I lived in 4 different school districts.
Yeah, but it was just like, I mean, first grade I was in 2 different places, so
I don't think I don't think I actually spent one solid school year in one district where I started and ended the year in the same district. We moved a lot.
that is tough.
Every time a relationship changed or was about to change.
Aww. Ours was just because my parents rented. So,
And my parents got divorced. Well, they got married when I was 1 and they were divorced by the time I was 5.
wow. My parents separated when I was 3, but did not divorce. No, they separated when I was 3. And then I didn't divorce until I was 6 because it didn't matter. I mean, my dad babysat us and he was there and he, took care of us when my mom needed him to. And, hey Dave, can you watch the girls this weekend? And they were congenial and they never had problems with each other. And then when she started dating my stepdad, um, he came by one night drunk and yelled outside the house because he thought that's what he was supposed to do. In that kind of situation. And she came out and went, "Go home, Dave." And he went, "All right." That's what I was told. And but other than that, they were just fine. And
Right. Thank you, Melanie.
never had bad blood or anything. And they divorced 3 days before my mom and stepdad got married.
Wow.
Because that was the only reason he needed to divorce him, was to get married again. My mom is so weird. I mean, before that, he didn't really need to divorce.
Right.
I mean, she probably had benefits being married to him, so being separated was more than enough. That is beautiful yarn, isn't it, Melanie? Love the color.
I got from Crafty Housewife's Yarns. So it's not one that I dyed. And it's not a wool that I've ever spun before, but oh my God, I'm in love. It's targety.
Ooh.
It's really nice. It doesn't
Is that
quite.
now on your list? Is that like a second favorite?
Yeah, it did. Probably would definitely make the top 5.
Would you say it was again?
It's Targi.
Okay. Did Katie disappear? I never saw her leave. Or is she just lurking?
Oh, she's probably lurking. You know, she gets busy. That and
I
her,
mean, she's probably still ogling your feet.
and her phone's always dead.
That's true.
There's been a couple different times we were supposed to meet up and chat and craft, and she's like, "I'll call you later. My phone's dead."
I have been meaning to talk to Katie for quite a while, and it's always, I'll message you, and I'm like, I'll message you, and 6 weeks later, we're like, I meant to message you, and we never get around to talk. And then, 3 months later, we're like, I have missed you. I have been commenting on everybody's channels, and I've been responding to my own comments with a reply. But then I was like, well, if my comments don't show up, why would my replies make them any more visible? Because my reply is my own comment.
Right.
So have you been seeing my comments?
I haven't seen them on my videos at all, but when I've seen you on others, I've seen you at, I think it was Nessa's, and I commented, and she responded saying thank you because now she could see you.
Okay, so my replies aren't doing crap because it's
It
still
seems like
me
once in a while it
commenting.
does, and then sometimes it don't. This whole thing has been such a pain in the, because it doesn't make any sense why you can't be seen anyways. Like if you were
I
blocked,
know.
we know you're
So,
not.
so I'll put the plea out there. Yeah, lives I'm showing up in, Zoila. My live problem seems to be on the back burner right now. Okay, like I've been able to use my laptop and be in Mama G lives and other people's lives, and I'm breathing easy. I mean, most lives I go in, I'm a mod, like Crystals and Bridget's and, that kind of thing. But like Mama G's, I'm not a mod. So when I go in there, it's like, will I be seeing Emma? And I check every so often that I'm in the participants list, that I'm still, and I've been okay. So, that's good. But it's the comments under the videos. So if you guys see my comments under people's videos, if you could just reply to them with an emoji or a hi Mel, that makes them visible to the content creator, usually. So, that's all I'm asking. Like an emoji reply, or a hi, or hey, you're looking weird today. What the heck are you talking about? But something, friendly. I'd appreciate it, because sometimes it's a context, sometimes it's, it's just something I wanted to say. But, some of those content creators are thinking I'm ignoring them. And no worries if you don't remember, Deborah. It's just something I'm putting out there so people, you know, it's happening to other people too. Um, I can't remember who exactly right now.
Was happening to
I think
Diane from my pink
I thought
bathtub.
Diane fixed hers.
I think so, but
Yeah,
May
I
YouTube
think
has been
Diane fixed hers,
getting
but mine
notifications from
couldn't
her.
be fixed the same way. She gave me the pointer she used, but she's on an Android phone and I'm on a PC, and her fixes didn't work for me. I'm sending hugs to everyone, and I've been saying this a lot, but remember to hug your loved ones. It's hit me since my dad passed. And when I say, okay, I know I call both of them my dad. I live with my stepdad, and the one who passed is my biological dad, who lived downstate. But he passed on the 7th. And for anyone who does not know, I went down and I spent 2 days with him in the hospital. And he seemed pretty good. And then he was just a little bit less active. And love you too, Zoila. And then I was traveling back up here, and he passed. And then I went back down for the weekend to help my older sister. But I was intending to go back down for the weekend anyway, because I had a feeling something was going to happen. And sometimes you get those feelings. You just know something is going to happen.
It's like I had that feeling that I just absolutely had to reach out to you that day, because I am the worst about reaching out to people, because I generally think about you like in the middle of the night and I don't want to disturb people. But that day I just had a feeling in my heart that I needed to reach out to Mel and say, hey, are you good? And she had just gotten the news, unfortunately.
There is something out there. I am not religious, but I believe there is something in the universe. So, and that also gives me some peace. And even though I wasn't there, I gave my sister, who was there, a message to give to him, and that gave me peace. Because she said, well, I was on the phone with her when she gave it to him, and she said he heard it. So, yes, we are connected. Thank you, Deborah. But, and I am finding out so much about the man now that, I mean, he like deep sea fishing. I mean, I didn't know that.
I definitely
Ooh.
could. With so much going on, you definitely could have issues getting all of, like notifications and whatnot. And if your computer's not keeping up the way it needs to, or your device isn't keeping up the way it needs to, things can get affected.
Hi, Mara.
Hey, Mara, welcome in, sweetheart. Last night, I actually missed the weekend wind up. I never missed that, but I got busy doing things around here, and then one thing led to another. Next thing I knew, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, excuse me, it was just 8 p.m. a few minutes ago.
I missed it because I was sound asleep by like 9:15. So I was like, I'm sorry, Michi. I'm sorry, Mara. Blah, blah for me. Oh, I'm so sorry, Karina dear.
Received an email from Samsung email. I don't understand. I have a Samsung.
Huh. That
Hmm.
sounds odd, Zoila.
Yeah, be careful about clicking on anything that comes to you via email. You can get in, if you have a Samsung account and you can get into that account directly and double check that that email came from them, that would probably be a good idea. Because the spammer scammers, they double time this time of year. They put in mega overtime, and
Yeah, they
they are able to make websites look, if you're not 100% critical of absolutely every keystroke, it could be not the right place. So please do be careful about clicking on anything that comes into your inbox or notifications, anything like that. Make sure it's actually coming from where you think it's coming from.
Yeah, we actually found out my dad back in 2019 was scammed by one of those computer sites, and they
Oh
probably put the
no.
virus on his computer. But he sent about $8,000 to $10,000 worth of checks to them. And my uncle's like, "What in the?" And I'm like, "Oh no, that's one of those. They fix your computer, but it's a virus only they can get off because they probably put it on." But he was in his 60s at the, late 60s at the time. Probably didn't know any better, and you know, um, yeah, but they're they're still in freaking business because my someone looked them up on their phone while we were sitting there, and I'm like, we could try to get the money back, but it's been 5 years, almost 6 years, and he's passed, so it would probably cost more in lawyer fees.
Right. I'm sending love
Yeah.
and light your way, Melanie.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true, Melanie. That's the first thing I thought was that he wasn't in pain anymore. But I'm so sorry for your losses, Melanie.
Yeah, I a lot of times, especially with I'm dyslexic, so I can look at a word even after I have written that word, and I can tell you that there's something wrong with the word, but I can't tell you what it is, you know? So I know for me, like when they send like an email or something, I'll look at it, look at it, and look at it, and like I won't see any different, nothing wrong with it. But then I'll walk away and I'll come back and it's like, oh, um, that character is wrong, like they use a symbol rather than a letter or something like that. It's really crazy.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I don't click on anything if I get a message from my internet company, I go and open my app up and I'm like I check it there. If I
Yeah.
anything, because I almost did click on it. They almost got me one time, and my little spidey senses started tingling in the back of my head. And I'm like, I probably better think about this before I click this next button. And thank goodness I didn't, because they almost had me.
I've gotten ones from my bank's fraud department, the emails, and it says call this number or click this link. And I'm like, I'm going to go to my bank's website instead of going through this so-called email, you know. And I go to my bank's website, and the phone number is not the same. And so I call the bank, right, the main email or phone number. And I'm like, I got the email about fraud. And they're like, you don't have any fraud on your account? I'm like, mm-hmm. And what's your fraud's phone number? And they're like, this. And I'm like, that's not what's in the email. They're like, can you send us a screenshot of that email? I'm like, betcha. Mm-hmm. Do you light a candle for her, Marie? Or do anything special? Yeah, my dad actually, the first day I was down in the hospital with him, talked to me about what he wanted with his passing, Zoila. And I was like, you don't have to think about that. And I was wrong. He was right.
Well, I mean, even you and I mean, we should have something. Everyone should have something. Even if it's not like an official thing, but like it's an uncomfortable situation. We should tell people how we want things handled when we pass. You know,
I
like
actually got
I
a book.
absolutely do not want to be put in the ground. You know,
Yeah.
and people need to know that, because if you don't tell them, how would they know? And if you don't have it written in a will, which a lot of us, we don't want to think about that. None of us want to think about us not being here someday. That's not comfortable. So we really should, even if it's just in a diary or something that our family's going to find when that day happens, we should have wrote down what we want.
I found a book, and it says, damn, I'm effing dead. It's your problem now. And it's got pages for you to put all your financials so people know where to find them, passwords for your lawyer's information, where you keep your important papers, where you keep any deeds, your, like, if you own property, if you own cars, if you stash money anywhere, all your bank accounts, all these things. So it's got all of that. Also, your wishes. If you have legal papers, as far as I have a living will with my doctor's office. I've already gotten one of those, which is do not, if it's a do not resuscitate or if it's a do resuscitate. That's the living will, the medical side of it. It's got all those things, and they've got different ones. So if you don't want it to say the swear words, it says, "Oh no, I have died. It's your issue now," and it's got pretty flowers. Mine, I think, has skulls on it. I got the smoky one, because my family will appreciate the smoky one. And I showed it to my sister. so that she knows I have it. I'm gonna fill it out. Hi, Demetra. Oh, that's wonderful, Zoila. And I love what you do, Marie. But Ziva, what are you licking off the floor? You weird me out when you do that. I'm sorry, the dog squirreled me. But, yeah, I know. Family will. They will. I mean, my family seems to be doing all right, but
Now I get to start chain playing.
yay! Stevie, stop licking the floor. That's why you hack up things.
Been here for 2 hours, and my spin is done, and I got the tinkle. So I think we're gonna call it a night for tonight, and we will be on Mel's channel next week. Are
Yep.
you gonna do your live this week on your side?
I am not sure, but I am going to be on Crystal's live tomorrow, which is why I'm not sure if I'll be doing my live, because 3 in a row right now, the way I'm feeling, might be too much. But I did my live at 2 p.m. last week, and everybody said they liked that time slot better. So if I do it, it'll be in the afternoon. But
a lot easier
I'm
at 2.
just not going to be sure until, I see how I feel.
All right. Well, I hope everyone has a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Eat all the food. Don't worry about the diet plan because
Nope.
calories don't count on
Calories don't
Thanksgiving.
count.
Calories don't count on Thanksgiving at all. It's a 0-calorie day, no matter what you eat. So enjoy it because you know what? We never know when it's going to be our last time that we get to have a wonderful
Enjoy
meal
your
with all the
families.
people that
Hug
are
your
around us
loved
now.
ones. Sorry.
So take time to enjoy them and some good food. And if you're needing someone to yik yak with, I'm always around. So don't feel, like you're out there alone. And I think Liz said she was thinking about doing a live on Thanksgiving. I know a few other people that like to do lives on the holidays for people that are not out here with a whole lot of bunch of people in their lives. So please do take advantage of those and spend some time with your favorite YouTube people because a lot of us will be in the streets even if we're busy doing other things as well. But until next time, I love you all. And we will see you later.
I am not always around, but you are more than welcome to email me. It's in my description boxes and on my about. Love you.